Peace, y'all. Welcome to another episode of the Real Ops Podcast, man. Today, we're going to be talking about my personal favorite, and it's entrepreneurship. And to me, and my knowledge and my quest for success as an entrepreneur, these are four things that ultimately we can't keep avoiding if we're looking to acquire success. And those four things are attention, our attendance, actions, and definitely the appetite. Let's go, y'all. We're going to get into it. Before we get into it, y'all know what to do, man. Hit that notification bell. Hit that subscribe. At the end of the video, if you like the content, leave a comment, y'all. Let's go. Rock with me. Attention. Seeing what's required. Paying attention to the right things and not the wrong things. There's a lot of times when we have all these different visions and thoughts, and it's not about the things that we think about. It's the things that we think about that we hold on to for way too long. You know what I mean? And those may be things that help us get distracted or help us divert from staying on course and really meeting those goals and really being able to attain those things that we're looking to attain on a daily basis, step by step, acquiring the steps through the process to get to the finish line, y'all. Let's go. Number 2 is attendance, which is big because half of it is showing up and having that commitment regardless of what's going on, regardless of how it looks, regardless if it doesn't make sense. Me as a barber, there's a lot of times when I get up in the morning, and even to this day, after cutting hair for 20 something years, there's times I get up in the morning and I look at my schedule, damn, ain't nobody on the schedule. Bruh. But what does that mean? Does that mean I got a day off to relax and not show up? No, because I know my purpose and my calling is connected to so many different other people's blessings that there's no way that I can let that stop me from not attending and showing up for myself. And that's that ultimate burning and that commitment to show up regardless, realizing the purpose of it all is bigger than us. It's bigger than us. It's bigger than us because we're connected to other people as leaders. We're connected to other people as the head of the household. We're connected to other people as the curse breakers and the generation breakers of the family. And there's so much bigger than us. And just a small nuance of showing up may be the difference between today and tomorrow, because God may send somebody that day that you chose not to show up. That was going to be part of your quest and be part of your blessing. So attendance is big, y'all. We got to make sure we're showing up for ourselves every day as an entrepreneur. And we're not just showing up, but we're showing up with an intent. We're showing up with a purpose. Because there's a lot of times that God sends people in passing, and those people are for us to learn from and also to serve, especially me as a barber. There's people that I'm supposed to be able to put my hands on that are connected to the journey down the line. I can't see it right now, but I see that I have to show up no matter what. And attendance is big, and that's key. Okay. Number 3, actions. Being assertive, never being passive. Buying into our vision so greatly that we always listen and wait for his voice. Being a leader, standing on business, required to fulfill and answer that call. Because there's a lot of times where you hear things and we bite our tongue. I'm not going to say that. I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. At the end of the day, it's not even about hurting nobody's feelings. If you have the right mind and you're living in a righteous space and you know your soul is in the right place, say it anyway, because that may bring something out, or that may, surface a conversation that's going to help you see something else for tomorrow. We never know, y'all. So our attention and our attendance and our actions, definitely key when we're trying to be, on that journey and stay, grounded as an entrepreneur. Actions, keep progressing. Often we worry about doing the wrong things, which can lead to us doing nothing at all. Procrastination. As we may be a blessing to others, God can't use the people that he sends to bless us when we procrastinate. We must be able to visualize the difference in his opportunities and messengers or mentors, which could ultimately expedite our own processes. But our lack of doing nothing and waiting around and procrastination keeps us out of position, y'all. It keeps us out of alignment because those are people that I couldn't see at the time, but that were sent into my life. And because I couldn't see it and I wasn't attentive and I was being a little passive and not assertive, I couldn't see that those people were here to bless me and speed up my own process. Speed up my own process. And that was on me for procrastinating. And it put me out of alignment for that whole season. So now I had to wait back until that another opportunity came all the way back around for me to be able to level up or for me to be able to take the next step in the process. So ultimately, you ask yourself, well, we know they say procrastination kills. Yeah. But what does it do for an entrepreneur? It ultimately kills or it removes that person, place, or thing that's connected to the bigger picture, that's connected to the goal, that's part of the season that we've been waiting to fall into, and that God has ultimately put that person before us. But because we procrastinated, we blocked our own blessing. We slapped ourselves in the face from being fearful of whatever it was and not picking up, picking up that role and being assertive and going ahead and following it and doing the hard work that was necessary, even though we couldn't see what was going on at that time. Procrastination. How does that delay the blessing? As we lose focus and begin to drift, that loss of focus causes those connected to us to lose fulfillment. How does that happen? Well, I can tell you easily how it happened. I haven't always been in charge of my own shop and had other people under me, but I've been a barber, and something that may attract it to me, that focus of that owner or whatever. Once he started to lose that focus and he started to let the business go, he wasn't worried about, marketing, advertising, the phone bill, the phone ringing, or certain nuances of the business. I lost that fulfillment, and I was no longer fulfilled being part of that team. And it made me want to branch off and ultimately do my own thing. So we have to understand that our focus is connected to the others that are around it, that are connected to their fulfillment. Because ultimately, think about it like this: you're the head of the household. You lose your focus and you start falling off. Now, the family can't be fulfilled in the same way they were, because now you no longer have the time. You got to get back to the grind, and you don't have the dime to be able to take your family out on the weekend and shine. Whew! That was a bar. You don't have the time, the grind. You can't take your family out on the weekend to be able to shine because you lost focus. And now those people that are connected to you no longer have that same fulfillment of it all. Now they telling you, man, you should just get a job. Maybe this ain't working for you, because they're no longer fulfilled and being able to see that focus that you once had at one point in time that's keeping everybody and everything connected to you so tight. Let's go, y'all. The focus is also attached to our appetite. When the focus falls, the appetite changes. We're no longer fueled by the taste for what's destined to be, but we're fueled by the thing that is weakened or subsided to be able to just keep us from avoiding disappointment. So now my appetite changed. So now I no longer want to be, have multiple business. Now I'm just selling with the one because of the things that happened when I lost my focus, and it caused me to, delay those blessings that I blocked myself. And now I can't be fulfilled on those things. You know what I'm saying? And I can't be fueled by that same appetite and that same drive and that same desire just because I've lost focus. And my focus is connected to the appetite. So now I'm selling. You know what I'm saying? Where before it's like, nah, I'm not going to eat that. Well, I don't feel like cooking, so I'm going to eat that today. Well, ultimately, that's just an analogy, but ultimately you wouldn't settle for that. You know what I'm saying? Because initially that wasn't, it was in your appetite. You didn't have a taste for that on your palate. You know, understand what I'm saying? So you keep going. So that procrastination is how we miss our seasons. And that's how we have to wait for the phone to ring again. because ultimately this is a calling. This is something that's buzzing, that's burning, that's ringing, that's constantly in our ear. But if we're avoiding it, then and we don't pick up on the things, we don't give it that attention, we don't give it that action, we don't give it all those things that are needed to give it, then now we gotta wait for it to come back around. We gotta wait for it to come back full circle. And if once it comes back full circle that season, if you don't pick it up again, then sometimes God puts that vision in other people to where you sitting back and you watching somebody feeling like, damn, that was my idea. No, it wasn't your idea. That was something that he put into you before that. And now he's showing you because you didn't act on it. You missed the ball. You missed that success. You missed that ride to the top. Not saying that he's not going to still bless you. Now you just got to put in that much more work because you procrastinated and you lost the appetite and you settled for beans and rice instead of, steak, lobster, and shrimp, whatever it may be. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all catch my drift, man. So as entrepreneurs and curse breakers, we have no voicemail. We have no button where we can block that number. We have no way of setting our phones up to where it's scam likely. Y'all know what I'm saying? Telemarketer, please don't answer this call. However you set your phones up, we have no way of doing that as entrepreneurs because God is going to keep ringing. God is going to keep ringing and he's going to keep calling until either we pick it up by doing the things that are necessary, some of the things that I mentioned, having the right attitude, being attentive and having the attendance to show up every day, and our actions, taking actions and not procrastinating on things, and being able to visualize and realize once those things are put in front of us, that those are the things that we're supposed to be moving on. So God is going to keep calling and that phone is going to keep ringing and God's going to keep calling on our life purpose. And either we're going to answer it or it's going to keep ringing and ringing and ringing and ringing and ringing until that final call. And that call is going to be time to go home. And we're going to let death become us. And we're going to leave this earth not really ever fulfilling our purpose. And leaving disappointment in all those people and all those different things that were connected to us. And all those blessings that were connected to us. The fulfillment from others that were connected to us. We leave that on the table. And ultimately, we leave the earth without ever fulfilling our purpose. Without ever seeking, being able to see that abundant and that joy from within that God fulfills us. And it's not an easy thing because a lot of people feel like I've seen them do it, so I can do it. And some of y'all may feel like that about me, but what y'all don't know is, man, I got my own vices. I got my own demons. I got my own things that I had to let go of. I had to stop smoking weed. I had to stop drinking Jack Daniels every day. I had to stop riding my motorcycle with the outlaws so I could focus and just hone in on my things and let God really bless me so I could recognize and not have these outside distractions and vices so that when the people came, there was no delay. When he sent blessings my way, I didn't procrastinate. And those are all things that are so vital and so important, y'all, when you're seeking to strive and be successful as an entrepreneur. So those are 4 things that really stick with me, really resonate with me. I hope this is something that y'all can pick up and take with y'all. And if it all went by too fast, man, watch it again. Because there's a saying where I'd rather read that one page 100 times than read 100 pages once. Food for thought. Y'all can do the dishes. Thanks for tuning to the Real Ops Podcast, man. I'm your host, Double R. Get with me. Hit the link below. Comment. Share this out. Subscribe to the channel. Y'all know what it is, man. We dropping nothing but game on the Real Ops Podcast. We'll be turning the ops into opportunities. Let's go.